So I'm just going to give you a short overview of how the source code of the WPF dial control works. As you know, it's already hosted on GitHub and you can access the whole source code. And so I'm just going to give a short overview. The solution is very small. It's got two projects. One is the actual user control project, which is WPF dial, where we define the dial as user control. And the other is the dial control project, which runs the control as a sample to show how it should be used. So this is where we've got a main window and we have embedded four instances of WPF dial control. This you can see here, the user control, and the actual control XAML is here. So since WPF does not have a circle element, we are using an ellipse. So if the ellipse has equal height and width, it becomes a circle. The one important thing to note here while you're making any kind of UI UX control is that you have to deal with a certain amount of geometry, and in this particular case, since everything is a circle, we have to deal with a little bit of geometry in terms of finding slopes and y-intercepts and angles and radius and circumferences. So if you look at the code here, alright, this is the actual code for the dial control. Here are all the class instance variables, and so user control needs to expose certain properties to the calling application as well as any events which are required. So in this particular case, there is only one event which is exported from here, and that is the dial click event. And this is a rooted event handler, which means that anytime a click happens on the dial, the results are processed here and passed back to the calling application. The init is where all the initialization takes place, and this is where the dial gets to be displayed. There are other functions here which deal with how to show the marker points, how to show the current marker. These are to draw the arcs, the vintage arc, especially if you're going to draw an arc outside the circle. And this is the event which I mentioned, that the event has to be routed back to the calling application. So if you look at the test application, each user control has this event handled, which is the dial click event. So each instance has its own dial click, and the dial click event is happening here. What it basically gets is the selected position of the marker. So if I run this code, now each dial has a certain number of markers according to the mode it was set up in. So this, for instance, has 3 and 6 markers here. So every time I do a click, it will fire this event and it will return the position of the current marker. So the default marker is 0, and then it starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 0 to 5, and here it will be more. So as and when this event is captured, it does a bit of calculation and updates the label under it. There is some more work to be done, but by and large it's fully functional, and I look forward to any feedback or bugs which you find. Thank you very much.